What's going on, guys? As you can tell, the sun is setting. It's really late. My back brakes are like metal on metal, so I have to do this now and get it done. So basically, I'm gonna quickly, because I don't really have a lot of time, I'm gonna go over the process of changing your back brakes on DURAMAX. Alright, first things first, obviously break the lugs loose. With it on the ground, obviously tight. So I was dreading doing this because my truck has wheel spacers on it. So it really sucks. Dude. Now you want to safely jack it up. Way too fucking hot for that shit. Now we buy nice things to make it go fast. You know, the battery's dead. I need new tires. Already. These have like 10,000 miles. This is another reason you shouldn't do burnouts. Ever. Wheel spacers, good looks. There's like fucking nothing left. I just dropped one. Alright, so tie your wheel spacers off. Next is to pull all this shit off, which I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do completely. But we're going to take, there's two 18mm bolts back here. I don't know if you can kind of see what's going on. I broke them loose already. So these take the caliper bracket assembly off. Holy shit, why is this so hard? Off of the rear end if they want to come off. There's two of those, one on the top, one on the bottom. And then that comes off. Set it up there, pull your rotor off, and then look at it and see how there's probably an issue here. Just a little bit. A little metal on metal action. So that's junk. So now the problem is I gotta figure out how to get these pads off without the slide coming off, which I might just be able to do. Hey guys, this is a new technique here that I never thought would work before, but I actually slid the the bracket just over the pads, like with the pads sitting in the caliper. Slid the bracket off the slides over the pads, which seemed to work pretty damn good, and thank God, because I don't have the Torx bit to take these out. So we're gonna take these junk ass pads out, which you can see is pretty quality. So that's a few burnouts for you. So now we gotta push these pistons back, and then put the new rotors on, and that'll do it. But I'm gonna show you how to push these pistons back and then reassemble everything. Alright, so you guys can better see, because I know it's dark, I don't have my light with me, but I slid the bracket off the caliper with the pad sitting in the pad, so that's how I'm gonna put it back together. So now we're gonna push the pistons back, and the way you're gonna do this is like so. Let's see if we can get this to stay up here. Probably not, but maybe. There we go. So you might need to end up putting a brake pad in here, so you push them both back at the same time, or else they one might push the other one out, which you might see here. Good news is you can always stuff something in there to hold it, then push one back like such. And there's tools for this. This is kind of like redneck backyard working deal. So you want to push it all the way in until it stops. So it stops like that. Take it out. So now that is all the way out, or pushed back in, I'm going to get the new pads, and I will show you how to clean these, get them prepped before you put everything back together, so that way you know. So we're going to start with this, and this right here, wire brush. You want to make sure you want to clean these guides right here. Usually brake kits come with new ones. I am obviously using brakes that I had laying around, so I'm going to clean them. But usually you can just replace them. It's a pretty easy day. So clean with bare metal. So make sure you breathe in all the brake dust, that way you die sooner. That's a joke, don't do that. So once that's clean, you're going to come, where the fuck? I'm a cheap bastard and bought these little fucking cheap things here, because I don't feel like buying everything, or a lot of shit. So you're gonna take some brake grease. You're gonna put them on the slides. This is what will cause like sticky brakes, and you'll get one side worn down. Well, usually like that's a sticky caliper. My caliper's fine, but I'm guessing my slides, which were in here, the pins were sticking, and that's why one side's really worn down versus the other. So you want to make sure Get these slides good. This will also help with the brake squeak. So, ooh, shoot. And once you get these coated, you're going to take the rest of the grease and stuff it in these holes. And then before we put whatever's left, I'm gonna come over here and just put it on these slides right here. This is what I was telling you about, the pins that it slides on. So this is what goes in those holes I was telling you to put grease in, but it's just good to get all the gunk off them. So use your finger or whatever you want to use and put a little bit of grease on them. This one's really dirty, so lube them up. You'll learn in the automotive world, lubrication is everything. So like I said, we're gonna stage everything and get it all set up. So if you come down here, you gotta set these in here where they belong. And then this is how I got it off without fucking taking the whole thing apart. Alright, so you're gonna then take this bad Larry, and it goes this way. I remembered. And slide it on the pins here, then pick the pads up and get them into the grooves. And there you go. You set your brake pads in without taking your caliper completely apart. So after that, these things are all nasty. After that, you're gonna take your brand new rotor right here. It looks beautiful, right? Brand new. Slip her on, and I'm gonna clean it real quick with some brake clean, and I'm gonna put some of that grease, the brake grease, on these bolts that hold it in, because these things were like nasty and get all sorts of shit stuck to them. Basically, that's it. The caliper's back together. You just reverse the process to put it back together. Sorry this was so quick, and I try to be as informational as possible, but I'm gonna throw it back together real quick. So, tires back on, lugs are sort of torqued. I don't know about the wheel spacers, they wouldn't really get tight, whatever. It'll probably be fine, I don't even care. Last quick thing, whenever you do a brake job, before you try and drive away, because it's happened so many times, get in the truck and pump the brakes. They'll be really soft, and then just pump them until they get hard. So what it's gonna do is actually bring your pads to your rotor, so you have braking force. Because if you do all 4 brakes, like all 4 fucking sets, and you don't do that, and you go and try and drive, that first time you hit the brakes, you're crashing into whatever the fuck's in front of you, so, or behind you or whatever. So pump your brakes. Hope you guys like that quick little like montage of brake replacement. That was only one metal on metal, so I really wanted to get it done because it was really starting to get bad. So that's gonna do it for tonight's video. I hope you guys like it. I hope it helps you. If it did, drop a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and we'll see you later.